Hi everyone. Good afternoon. How are you doing? How's your Saturday doing? I'm having a pretty busy Saturday work-wise. It's been an interesting week. A couple of numbers came in. Maybe I'll look at them on video format. Corner numbers. I think they had their full year numbers, Q1 numbers as well. Sterling Bank full year Q1 numbers as well. Sterling Bank podcast episode on Spotify should be up there when you're listening to this. Yeah. So I'm looking at Computer Warehouse Group Q1 2025 numbers, and I'm using those to forecast how I think the rest of the year would shape out for the firm. So what do they do? CWG as a company is known. They have they're a software firm. They do a bunch of ancillary services in that space. So essentially a tech slash software firm and the likes. I started following this company last year because I looked at the numbers. I think the numbers were pretty decent and it looked kind of undervalued, and it actually met my expectations in terms of dividend. I actually slightly exceeded. I'll need to check the article I wrote on it. So you can go to greentickertales.com and search for CWG, and you see my last write up on the firm. Now, where do I think this company would trade at or should trade at in a year's time? I think there's room for upside of about 77.4%. At the moment, I'm recording this on a Friday, but you get the video on Saturday today. And the numbers I have here, CWG is currently trading at 9 naira and 40 kobo. So, yeah, you have a slight upside, right? But, anyways, by my workings, I think this stock should easily do in a year's time be trading at about 16 naira and 24 kobo. Now, that's potential upside of over 70%. Add in dividend yield of 8.16% and you have potential return of 86%. Let me explain the dividend part a bit. Now, what I did is I looked at the portion of earnings that was paid out as dividend last year. The company paid 32.2% of its earnings. And that's how I arrived at 39 kobo, 0.39. Now, if it maintains the same ratio for this year, you would have a dividend of about 75 kobo. Now, plus or minus that, it's possible it could be a bit higher than that. It's possible it could be a bit lower than that. These things are never cast in stone. But I think head or tail, worst case scenario, maybe they probably have a 50 to 60 kobo dividend. So whichever way it is, I mean, in my view, that is where time and chance comes in. If the stock pulls back to say maybe 8 naira 50 kobo, then your dividend yield is better. If the stock continues to push, I think this stock could easily push to 10 to 12 naira before the year ends at bare minimum. Then your dividend yield will be smaller. So let me know if you have any questions. As always, please remember this is not financial advice. Please note that these are my opinions. I can change them at any point in time. I may or may not update when I do so. I'm not bound to do so. And have yourself a great weekend. Let me know, what are you up to this weekend? Yeah.